everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft with me, Nisi. Today's episode 67. Crazy high number. I think I see this every episode I record now. I can't believe how far we have come. And it's been a little while since I've been back on the Let's Play world because I've been smashing out the 30 Days of Building series. If you guys haven't seen that yet, please do check it out. I've worked so hard on all those builds. I'm just about to wrap up my final day. I need to record that at some point later today, but I wanted to take a little break and do a Let's Play episode because it's been a little while. So let's talk. We are finally on the new spring update, the spring drop 1.21.5. That means I can go and get myself some of those really lovely new blocks. And while I'm doing that, we can have a little chat. And today's topic is Forever World. I think this has been something that's been trending on YouTube for a little while, so I'm a little bit late to the game. I thought it's important to share my thoughts because I think I'm important, so therefore my thoughts are important. Anyways, I've been doing this for a little while and I'm feeling a little bit burnt out. I think this is a good time for a little bit of self-reflection and a retrospective sort of on long-running Let's Play series on playing Minecraft for a long time, for getting past your 2-week Minecraft phase. Maybe my opinion holds a little bit of weight on that, I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna go get some of the new blocks, and while I'm doing that, let's have a little chat. Let's get started with talkie and enjoy my beautiful slow computer processing all these chunks as I fly. Forever Worlds, right? What is special about Forever Worlds? In fact, what even is a Forever World? Do I have a Forever World? I don't know, to be honest, guys. I don't know. Does having the same world I'm working on it actively for a year and a half count? Maybe for some people it does. For me, it definitely feels like a forever world. I definitely used to struggle a little bit from the good old 2-week Minecraft phase where I would just keep restarting worlds over and over whenever I felt like playing Minecraft, and I would never have the same one I stuck to all the time, right? So why is this one different? What have I done differently to stick to this one? And actually, let's answer the question, what is a forever world? I think for a lot of people that is a world started with the intention of keeping it forever, right? Pretty straightforward in that respect of this is a world that someone is actively committing to working on for a very long time. We're in new terrain now. I trimmed a lot of the chunks around my world to keep it sizable. That is one thing you need to do for a world. You do need to do some maintenance, and it's a little bit laggy as it's generating all these new chunks, but I will nab myself some leaf litter. There we go. Beautiful block. Love this. In fact, let's make sure we don't die out here. Right, we got leaf litter. I really want bushes. This is it. Did I bring a shear? I didn't bring shears. Okay, that's smart. One sec. I am gonna have to find some iron. Ooh, an exposed spawner with iron. Okay, let's go. I don't have any did it go away. Any torches? Ooh, I'll take a music list though. And a golden apple. Oh, wait, literally iron right here. Let's go. Shears sorted. Firefly bushes! Let's go! Yoink, 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 yoink. Oh, bushes. Looks like trimming the chunks might have had some bad effects because this is not another portal. One single obsidian. Is there anything underneath this? Oh. Nope, 2 bits of obsidian. Okay. Forever worlds can have issues, even only a year and a half in. I just found a desert, a new one, and I immediately found some camels, and it's a little bit scary here at night because the sandy sounds make me feel like there's a creeper behind me constantly. I don't think there is, but they are very nice sounds. Anyways, can we put this guy in a boat? I would like a camel. Hey bro, can you go in a boat? Do you boat? You're just, oh, you're getting up. Here, boat. No, he just walked right over that. Okay, well, we can get camel at a later date. Let's just get the new stuff for now. So, here's yummy. I don't know if we can bone meal this stuff actually. Let's find out because I don't know how much I need to bring home. Oh, you can. Great. So all I need to do is grab a couple. And here's new cactus flower. Yoink! And we're back at my base. I couldn't be bothered bringing back all the cows and pigs and chickens because the boats weren't flying very well today, so I have left it for just now. and we're going to decorate with these new fan blocks instead. So let's keep talking while I do this. First, we're going to need to farm some, so we can bone meal most of them, and the ones we can't, let's see what we can do. So I think we answered what a forever world is, and that is a world with the intention of having it forever, right? That's the point of a forever world. Now, why would somebody have a forever world? That's the next question we have to ask ourselves. And the answer is, well, there's a lot of reasons. Some people, me including, might just think that sounds cool, you know? It's cool to be able to commit to something and have all these cool things to show off at the end of the day, or at the end of several years, or whatever. All of these things you worked on all by yourself here in your world. You haven't lost them, you haven't forgotten them. They're just here, they're living on. That's a cool concept, right? It's like a living scrapbook, a living photo book of memories. Everything you've worked on all in one world. It sounds very appealing, doesn't it? But there's downsides to that, of course. And that's probably the reason why not everybody's even able to have a forever world in the first place. First, it takes a lot of effort and motivation and dedication and a lot of other things like that to keep it going. I guess the best thing to ask then is, why would you not have a forever world, right? Well, that's because motivation does run out really quickly, right? A lot of people would agree that the most fun part of Minecraft is the early game, before you have all the tools, before you have all your farms, before you have all your wings and everything. The very beginning of Minecraft is perhaps the most fond memory for all of us when we first started playing Minecraft, and we face that experience all the time. But you can't have that in a forever world, right? You get it once ever. Well, only once. And I suppose you can, at some point, always leave everything you've worked on behind and fly away a few thousand blocks or a few 10,000 blocks away to the other side of the world and start over. But it's not really ever the same when you know what's available for you out there. And it's definitely not the same when you forget to set your spawn and then you respawn at the world spawn where you've already done everything, right? So it's not really a solution for a lot of people. Just knowing the possibility that you can always go back and revisit and get all your good gear and everything, it can kind of ruin the fun for people. It's no longer such a necessity to make do with what you've got. And I think that's a fun part for a lot of people in Minecraft, especially when it comes to building, is that restriction kind of breeds creativity. Once you have all those options and you can build with all of these blocks in the game and you can acquire them all easily, well, it becomes a little bit overwhelming. But if you only have a few options, it kind of gets your brain going and you start thinking, can I make something cool out of stone and wood? And you can, absolutely you can. And I think that's where a lot of fun in building comes for people as well. As personally, one of the reasons I don't enjoy creative building nearly as much as I enjoy survival is because I do get overwhelmed with all the options. And then I also feel like it is a little bit cheaty for myself because I'm skipping a lot of the Minecraft gameplay process by not gathering my blocks and things like that. So I suppose my key point is that the start of Minecraft is perhaps the most fun a lot of people have in Minecraft. So then the next question is, you're willing to give that away just to have that sort of prestige or accomplishment of having a forever world? And I'm trying not to think of this from a content creator's perspective because that's very different from a normal person playing Minecraft. If you're just a normal person playing Minecraft and you want a forever world, because for some reason you think that is a more valid way to play Minecraft than the year 2 week phase, do reconsider. Think about it quite hard. It's fun. Forever worlds are fun, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with playing Minecraft for 2 weeks and putting it away. There's a reason a lot of people do it, and there's no wrong way to have fun in a game. As long as you are having fun, that's fine. But if you do want to commit to a forever world, how do you keep motivation? Well, you can't really. Motivation is something that comes and goes. You can have dedication, you can have discipline to keep working on it. Is it still fun at that point? Well, that's up to you. Do you find going through projects fun, even if you don't want to work on them anymore? I think my biggest tip for this would be to allow yourself to not finish projects. And I will say this again, unfinished projects in a forever world are good in a very specific way. I have a lot of them. I have so many ideas, and that's what keeps me logging back on. The second you start working on something in your world that you're not happy with, but you're not willing to let go, you start dreading logging onto your world. And honestly, a lot of the reasons I have ditched previous worlds before I started making YouTube videos was because I had a build in them I was trying to make, and it was just not turning out It was not turning out at all. And I would just stop playing on that world because I would dread logging on and trying to fix the mess I had created. And I think was something I've really learned from making videos on this, on the same world for a while, and trying to not rush the process, try not to plan everything out in creative, is that you are going to have builds you're not happy with, and that's only natural. And it's absolutely okay to put those away for a while and work on something else. If you have a different idea that excites you and motivates you, and you're going to skip a project to work on a new idea instead, you should. That is the point of a forever world. It is not meant to be perfect. It is a scrapbook, and you're better off having 5 unfinished projects in it than one finished project, but you stopped playing on the world 3 years ago. This is turning into like a mini world tour when I'm really meant to be farming this, because I am just I'm in such a chatty mood that this is meant to be a more of a farming episode, but I am absolutely not farming these right now. So let me get back onto that, spread these out, and get my shears back out. There is a tricky balance with forever worlds, I think, or at least with my world, the way I see it, is that part of me wants to leave unfinished projects and projects that I'm not happy with, builds that I think could use some refinement. Part of me wants to fix them, right? Of course, you don't want to look at something you're not proud of every single day and dread logging on. But on the other hand, what better way to show your growth and progress as a player, as a builder, as anything? If you're playing this for redstone, if you're playing this for building, if you're playing this just for fun and you don't really consider yourself either or the or, I think it's still cool to look at something that you're like, wow, objectively, that's bad. I'm looking at this bald spot on this face that I always see, and I'm like, wow, this castle's got a huge forehead, and the amount of times I've wanted to go back in and fix it. I don't know how to fix it yet. It bothers me, but that's another project for another day. And some of these things I fix, and some of them I don't. And it's really a personal preference whether you're going to fix something or not. I think some firefly bushes are going to go hard here in our wheat fields. You have to strike the sort of balance where seeing your previous builds is going to motivate you and not frustrate you. And it's very hard. With every creative process I have ever done, there's a certain point in time where you start getting good enough to see the flaws in your own art, in your creativity, in your own products. But you don't see a way out, and you don't see a way to improve past it. And that is where I think a lot of people fail, me including. You just have to keep pushing through it. And I genuinely think working on something else for a little while, something different in your world, is the best way to go through it. You can come back a week, a month, a year later with fresh eyes and add in things you have improved on. And I do want to very much emphasize this. If you're planning a forever world, please accept the fact it is forever. And don't rush. You don't have to finish your mega base on day 1. You don't have to get wings on day 2. And you certainly don't have to finish every single project you ever start on the same day you start it, the same year you start it even. Things can take time, and that is okay, and that's absolutely the point of the game, I think. Well, let me know, guys, if what I'm saying is making any sense to you all, because I don't know if I am, but these are my general thoughts on Forever Worlds. I do have another couple little points I would like to make. First of all, if you're not a content creator or you're a small one like me and you don't do this for a full-time thing, please don't compare yourself to what you see on YouTube or on any other social media. People play games in different ways with different amounts of free time and different amount of energy and motivation. And for me, a big factor in motivation and playing more than I probably would be on my own, I definitely wouldn't quit, but maybe I wouldn't be doing nearly as much as I am, is recognition, right? Everybody wants recognition. It'd be very silly to say that everybody can just be happy with their own efforts without ever getting any sort of external validation from other people, right? So recognition is an important part, I think, of keeping up with our world, especially if you're the sort of person that gets very motivated by it. For me, making YouTube videos on what I build is obviously the best way to achieve that, but that's not the only way. So I would suggest show off what you've done. Absolutely show it off as a good source of motivation, whether that is to your friends, to your family, on social media, joining a building community or a redstone community, or inviting other people into your world. Absolutely share it. It's a great source of motivation. And if you have nowhere else to share it, I will plug that Arcadia has got a Discord where you can share your builds, and I would love to see them. So I'll pop a link to that in the description. Oh, that feels weird. I literally never plug things, but I felt like this is a good opportunity to actually plug things. So there you go. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I feel like I've betrayed you all. And one last thing I would like to add about Forever World is if you're doing it, I very much recommend that you try to play the game in as many different ways as you can. So I would suggest, if even if you don't think you're a redstoner, do try to do some redstone. Don't always follow a tutorial. You can do things by yourself a lot of the time, and it's going to make the game a lot more fun and the world feel a lot more satisfying when it's got things of your own creations. Same with builds. If you need to, of course, look up inspiration. Inspiration's wonderful, but try not to copy builds outright. I think if you're having a further world, show your individuality in it. I have all these crazy colors and crazy builds I've come up with mostly all by myself. That's one I'm particularly proud of, and I like walking through it because it honestly does feel like home. I don't know if it would feel like home if it was filled with other people's creations. And my final point on the fur world is going to be, if you do it, make sure you back up your worlds and do some maintenance on it. Like any ongoing project, you sometimes have to dedicate some time to just keeping it going. And that means you gotta back it up. You don't want to lose all your work. That would be very demoralizing. Even if you have to go back several months of work, it's still better than losing the whole thing. So make sure you back it up at least semi-regularly, both on the same hard drive and on an online source or a different drive. Just back it up as much and everywhere as you can. Do some maintenance when you have updates. Make sure you cut chunks and stuff like that to make sure your world doesn't get too big and laggy, because that is one way to not enjoy playing on it, is that if it's absolutely unplayable. So make sure you do that. And then I would also say, in a similar vein, write down your ideas. This is so important. You have a massive world or you have a massive brain with a lot of ideas. I have a little literal library section here in my world for me to write down my goals for the year. I've not been using it as much as I should be because I write things down on my phone, but I do have books here that have a bunch of things I want to do. Anytime you log into your world, you don't know what to do, you can always look and see the things that you in the past wanted to get done. Hopefully one of these ideas at some point will spark the motivation for you to keep playing, but it's absolutely okay to take breaks as well. Remember, it is a marathon, not a sprint and not a race. So play the game the way you like to play it, for how long you want to play it, and just enjoy and have fun. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And next episode, I'll get back into building. Thanks for letting me have this little break, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.